Hey, what's going on, LEGO Maniacs, and welcome back to a brand new video. I am ZacATK. So today I have a pretty sizable LEGO City update to share with you all. I've made some big changes and we are on our way to quickly completing this version of the layout for the LEGO City, which consists of getting ready to start implementing road signs, traffic lights, and yeah, I've done a lot of stuff since the last LEGO City update video. And I just kind of want to walk you through everything real quick. I've added and removed a handful of buildings, which I'll cover here shortly. The next really big thing that I want to do for the LEGO City after this update is going to be incorporating traffic lights and stuff like that. So I've kind of got the basic layout started for how things are going to be laid out for this, I guess, version of the LEGO City, which, here's the crazy thing. I feel like that we're going to be ready after the next update to actually expand the LEGO City into a bigger thing, because now I have more stuff that I can actually build, and I really feel like that we're kind of at the stage here now to expand the city over some. And to me that's pretty wild, because I didn't think we would get here so quickly with the LEGO City and everything I've done with it. And I also have a really cool modular that I'm going to be adding to the city here pretty soon. It's actually sitting here on my build desk. It's about 99% done. It just needs some stickers made for it, which I'm pretty stoked about the stickers because I kind of have everything mapped out. And so I think in the next, probably the next video will probably be me unveiling this modular and placing it in the city, but I need stickers for that. So since I have to place stickers and all that for the modular, or for the traffic light, for the road signs and stuff like that, I figured I'd just go all out again and make stickers again for this. So once we get that done, really the stickers are really what's holding me up, other than one of my bricklink orders. I was a ding dong and I didn't order one of the correct bricklink pieces, or one of the LEGO pieces for the traffic lights that I got from a tutorial that I found online. And so I'm having to order that, which I need to do that after I edit this video and get that. Hopefully I can have that in hand next week. That way I can add those along with the stickers and all that, because guys, this is pretty crazy. Adding the amount of details that's been added to this because of the lamp posts, the road signs, just even placing where the street signs and traffic lights are going to go has really added a huge amount of detail to the city that I really didn't think would have been there, even with those being present. I also built the boutique hotel a week or two ago. That was supposed to be my little vacation project, and I ended up building that in like maybe 2 days, two and a half, 3 days of, build times of, 2, 3, 4 hour sessions here and there. So it's crazy how much I can get done when I don't want to say when pressure doesn't exist, but when I don't pressure myself to work on the LEGO City is when a lot of stuff gets done with it. So I'm pretty stoked to show you everything in this, and I had a lot of fun building the boutique hotel, and I actually got that from Prime Day. I got it for $186, I think, which was just crazy amazing. Get that on sale. I almost thought about buying 2 of them just to have the parts for another building, because I feel like I could at least make 2 modulars out of a boutique hotel. So that's kind of still up here in my brain ball of something I may want to do. I'm not exactly sure, but if the boutique hotel drops again in price, I definitely would think probably investing in a second copy of it just for the parts to add to my inventory alone. So anyways, without further ado, if you are excited for this LEGO City update video, be sure and smash the like button, subscribe for more videos. I appreciate everyone who likes, comments, subscribes. I'd love to know your thoughts of everything in the city and any suggestions you may have. And so without further ado, let's just go ahead and start with the tour. And that is, let's start with Front Street and work our way all the way back to Main Street and beyond. All right, so as you can see here, the LEGO City has got a new addition with the boutique hotel. I've also rearranged a lot of the buildings here in the city and changed some vehicle placements up here and there. So let's just go ahead and start with the biggest change, and that is I've moved the LEGO store up front here next to the grocery store. So the Lego store originally was on this corner over here on Main Street, but I moved it over here for now as I'm experimenting with placement with a couple of mini builds or small sections here that I wanted to incorporate here in the city. So here is one of my traffic light builds here. I'm missing the little arch piece here that goes across that will have the traffic lights here. I have the majority rest of the piece. I just need that little right angle Technic piece. And so right now I'm kind of experimenting with how many of these signals I need in one area. I know I need one that's going to tell these people, hey, you can turn. I know that I need one here. So maybe 3 is overkill, so I'm just kind of experimenting with placement to see how I like it. Obviously the big thing is going to be whenever I get the right angles done and moved over to see if that makes it look a little too crowded. But right now this is just the placement of this. I took away this back alley right here and just scooted this over for the Lego store to have an alley back here, as kind of down here we do have a handful of alleys that kind of interconnect down here for this. So I wanted to make sure there was enough room for everything, and also a place to hide the forklift that came with the Lego 18-wheeler. So that's something that I really wanted to make sure I had enough of before I went on and did anything else with this corner, at least, because I was trying to figure out where to put that forklift, and then I realized this is a great location because the forklift just perfectly fits through here. I'm talking about it's perfect just how that fits in there. And obviously I would want a bigger place for the forklift to live eventually, but that's where it is right now. So over here we just have the grocery store where it's going to be, and I took away the vending machine over here and put it up front here for the time being. And I also moved those recycling bins back there in this back alleyway right here. I'm still going to experiment with how the grocery store is going to be. Obviously I feel like this eventually will have to be a bigger modular, probably 3 base plates, as crazy as it sounds, as I feel like it definitely deserves that much space. And my plan is to make this a 2-story building with more stuff on top. If anything, make it taller, a little bit taller, that way it doesn't feel so short right next to a lot of the taller buildings. As you can see here, there's a pretty good sizable gap here. So I feel like either making this building probably maybe 10 bricks taller, and then having the signs and the roof up top here, I feel like it would make that look a little bit more at home inside of the Lego City. So here I have the corner garage here in its same place. I actually updated the corner garage. I took away the gray, light stone gray pieces here and swapped it out for dark stone gray, as I feel like that made a little bit more sense with the flow of these pieces into here. So I really like how that looks. It makes me feel a whole lot better about how this looks. And so that's a great change. And thankfully I had enough of the dark stone gray pieces to swap out evenly for the light stone gray pieces and vice versa. So, and again, another good example. Oh, there's a puppy. Hi, Leia. There is, and there's a Winnie back there too. I got all the doggos in here. The good example of the builds here incorporating not only the lights for the light posts here in the city, but also the signs as well. I really like this build, and I think it looks just really, really nice. And again, once we have the right angle pieces, it'll look a whole lot better. The one thing I do want to add to the Lego City is more vehicle builds. I do feel like the city could use a few more vehicles, so that's definitely something I want to incorporate here. And over here I have a custom police station mock that I made. It's really, really basic and simple, but uses a lot of those pieces from that police station set that I got last year. And it's a modular style building, so it's really easy to pop the roof off here, and I can show you all the interiors as I rip off one of the light posts here. So the interior is really basic. We have a front desk area with some donuts and a coffee maker and a little waiting area, and there is a jail cell door right here. And then back here we have the booking area back here with a camera and some control panel and a walkie-talkie and some handcuffs. And then over here we have a jail cell with some the toilet, a toilet paper, a plunger and a small bed over here. And of course that gel cell right here opens up as well. And that was a it was a fun module to play around with. I got kind of torn up in between of what I want to do as far as, is this going to be like a Lego City style build with like all the plate features and stuff like that, as I had originally had a helicopter and landing pad situated on top of this, and so I didn't really know what to do, and so I decided just to kind of compromise in the middle and just at least add some roof details with the satellite dish and these antennas and whatnot. And the front of the building utilizes some of the sticker work and stuff like that from the Lego set. So I really like how it turns out. It's really plain. One thing I thought about doing was adding some plant work on this side. That's why I added these studs right here on the side. That way I could add at least something nice over here to make it look a little bit better. But I haven't quite gotten there yet. I'm still playing around with that idea. And then over here from one of the last Legacy updates is this little fountain area park. Something that I thought would be kind of cool to add to the Lego City. Really, you know, just really basic as far as detail work goes. Just utilizing some 1x1 round studs and some plants and trees and stuff like that to make a little serene park with a little tree action going on here. And that ties really nicely into the Natural History Museum, which I really like. This alone added a lot to the Lego City, and I really like how all this works, and all the minifigures that came with it really added a good chunk of detail work and made the city come alive a whole lot more. And of course you can see here all up and down the streets we have a ton of light posts. I'm still trying to figure out a good pattern as to how to incorporate these evenly. That way these work out really well with the siege. Just adding more to the sidewalk, because the sidewalk was very, very bare. And of course over here we have the Jazz Club and my custom Lego City cell phone store and comics store. And then we have the town square here, back here. That I changed out all of the dark stone gray plates to light stone gray, and it just ties everything in just really, really nicely. And then I also added some minifigures in here and there from some holiday sets that I had, like the advent calendars. I added all of those in, and I even swapped out or actually added in plates to the back of the buildings. So I realized in one of the previous Legacy Update videos that I had never yet tiled those in, and so all of those have been tiled in. And I really like it. Just not realizing that was done really made things look very unfinished back here. And so I really wanted to make sure that everything was tiled in, and just having that tiled in just really makes a difference. Of course, adding in all of the light posts here up and down. I moved the Lego 18-wheeler back on the street here, as it's going to be making its way en route to the Lego store over here. And over here are two new things I've added to the city. We have a food truck rally, which eventually, this is just a placeholder for here right now. The food truck rally is eventually going to be moved elsewhere, but the modular that's going to go here is probably my best custom work yet, and I'm really, really proud of it. And it took me a long time to design, but I'm going to be unveiling that in the next video, so be sure and get subscribed up and like the video. That way you don't miss out when I unveil that modular, because that modular is going to be really, really cool. And so I just added in these food trucks here just as a placeholder here as right now, because originally what was there was the barbershop, and I've actually taken out the barbershop. In fact, you can kind of see it over there on my pile of backlog that I need to organize. So over here, that's all kind of a placeholder. And then over here we have a park that I actually just finished building here a few minutes ago and incorporating the city. And let me tell you, placing all those 1x1 rounded dots there just was a pain in the butt. And I mean, it was a pain in the butt. But we have a slide here using a brick separator. We have some monkey bars. We have a swing. We have a couple of park benches. And we also have a couple of kiddos who are enjoying the park here. Let me see if I can get a slightly better view here for you all. But yeah, we have this little nice park here with a couple of trees and the swings utilizing the original pieces that was intended for you to use for traffic lights in those Lego road plate packs, and some chain work with some jumper pieces there. And there's also a seesaw or a teeter-totter. It's kind of hard to see, but I just took out one of the little kids on the slide there, but she'll be all right. She'll recover. So just a really basic park, nothing really crazy going on with it. I really want to add as many play structures as I could. So having monkey bars, swing, and a teeter-totter and a slide was actually just really, really awesome to have all that available to make. And I will definitely not be making any more builds where I have to place 512 one-by-one dots. That's just not going to happen again. That was long and tedious and not very fun. So I like how that kind of splits up the Natural History Museum, where you have kind of a break zone to where there is a break in between things, to where you could theoretically transition kind of smoother over, or to either a same size building or to a lesser building. And so I just really like how that looks, and it actually it really complements things. And eventually one day I would like to combine both the parks together for one big giant park space, but for the time being I'm pretty satisfied with the parks being separated. I really like having them separated. It adds a kind of a buffer zone in between the builds to the Natural History Museum, as I don't really feel like a lot of the buildings, I like how some of the buildings on this side touch. Don't get me wrong, I like how that adds a kind of a fluent line of things, but I really liked how the Natural History Museum needed a break in between these things. So I really wanted to make sure I had that, and it makes things look nicer. It adds a more, I guess, classier look to the city. So, like the park, I will probably make a bigger one here in the future once Lego City gets expanded. But now we can move on to the latest addition to the Lego City, and that is the Boutique Hotel, which fits really nicely on this corner. If you all remember, over here was just one big giant construction site, and so I moved that over, placed the Boutique Hotel here, and added a handful of details here with the minifigures and whatnot, and everything just really fits this corner of the Lego City very well. And just have some of the hotel workers here, serving the guests. We have some tourists coming over here, taking pictures of this fine art studio, and everything with the Boutique Hotel just really complements this corner of the Lego City. And once I place this modular here, it's really just going to flush out, and just the modular actually is going to share some designs with this, but not exactly identical. It's just going to carry the same color palette over. But with that being said, just everything in here is preparing for the eventual expansion over. And of course, when all that happens, who knows what this Lego City layout will look like, obviously, because there's a good chance that the next update that's going to come around here pretty soon is going to be one that just changes everything completely, and it's going to open up a whole new array and field of possibilities for just everything that can be done here. And I really like it, and I think it looks really, really good. Obviously the next thing, like I said, is going to be adding the right angle pieces here for the street signs, and of course adding the street signs, which I'm not exactly sure what street sign or what the names of the streets are going to be. I know this street right here is going to be Main Street, and this is going to be Front Street for the time being, but the side streets and the back street, I'm really not sure what those names are going to be, but we'll figure those out when we get closer to thinking about road names. But if you have any road names that you'd like to suggest, please comment them down below in the comment section, and I will take them under consideration, as I'm all totally open to suggestions. The last little details I've added is I have sporadically added in these signs all over the Lego City right before the crosswalks. I do want to incorporate speed signs with these signs, which hopefully won't clutter them up too much. I'm also trying to figure out maybe if there's a way I can incorporate the speed signs here using these technicals on the road signs. I'm not exactly sure. I want to play around with those designs, but Obviously, more vehicles are needed and whatnot, so that's just going to be for the next edition for the LEGO City update. Alright, LEGO Maniacs, that was my LEGO City update. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of all the changes I have made to the LEGO City, and if you have any suggestions for the parks, or any placements, or road signs, or the name of the streets, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't already, be sure and smash that like button, subscribe for more videos. I post videos every Monday. Next Monday is going to be a great video, which I'm going to be unveiling my custom modular, as long as I have the stickers done. So be sure, which I'm sure I will. I have plenty of time to knock that out. But be sure and comment, like, subscribe. That way you don't miss that. Follow me on my social media. I have a link to all my social media in the description box below. But anyways, guys, you have a fantastic rest of your week. Until then, friends, keep building. Like I said, comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.